said the first thing he said is that some husbands work because it is a place where they feel respected.
Didn't think about that. That is true.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Said Entertainer. I'm asking y'all to check out the Loveology Podcast. This is...
Hello, and welcome to the Loveology Podcast, where we talk about love and life with laughter. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jason.
He's the carefree one.
She's the serious one.
And we're married.
We have been since 2012, and we like to think of ourselves as a couple of loveologists.
Not because we are the experts, but because we just love love.
We enjoy studying and talking about it, so we thought, let's just start a podcast.
A place where we can share what we have learned about love, relationships, and marriage.
You can share what you've learned, and we can all grow together.
So here we are. Are you ready?
Let's get started. Hey, welcome everybody to another episode of the Loveology Podcast. We are here for another day, baby girl. Baby girl, baby girl, baby girl. How you doing? Like you look dancing? Okay, you wanna get the little dance on?
I don't know what I'm doing, actually.
Hey man, if it's your first time here, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Hit that thumbs up button. And even if it's something that you dislike, that's fine too. Hit that dislike button. But please, always give us a reason why you dislike some of the content. This is not for everybody, but we can also use some improvement because nobody's perfect. So definitely let us know your feedback in the comments section below. Please
do that. Please do.
Por favor. Por favor. So, baby, another week, another love and respect. Respect.
You said respect.
Put some respect on that name. Another love and respect episode. So first of all, how was your week?
It was good. It was another long week.
Yeah.
Some personal issues I'm just not going to go into. That's not it. But it's been a hard, long week.
Yes.
Okay. And what about you?
Yes. Again, when wifey has a long, hard week, it all falls down on me as well.
Yeah.
Long, hard week.
Mm-hmm.
But I just try to stay
try to stay positive.
Looking forward to the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Think things are turning around.
Enjoying the present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, looking forward to it.
Yep.
So babe, we did go to Runyon Canyon. You didn't care for that because I wasn't listening.
Yes.
But I don't know if it wasn't listening or just didn't hear what she was saying.
Like Jason said, communication is the key, and he always says this on the podcast, and the biggest part of communication is listening and
listening, or like I said, maybe I didn't hear, what you was trying to push out.
Yeah.
Even though you may say it a certain way, in your mind, you may feel like you did enough for someone to understand what you're saying. But sometimes a receiver doesn't automatically receive it just because you push it out. From your experience, you're like, okay, this is enough for you to get what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. But that's not always the case. So it's just good to double check to make sure you guys are on the same page.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's my fault?
I didn't say it was nobody's fault.
That's kind of what it sounded like he's saying, y'all.
I didn't say that. I just said just make sure everybody's on the same page. That's all I'm saying. Communication is about making sure you're on the same page once whatever has been communicated out. That's all.
Okay. So yes, if I would have had to be very specific with Jason in order for what happened on yesterday not to have happen, but we still had a decent time, learning experience.
Yeah.
So yes, Runyon Canyon, good sights.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay. So yes, this week like Jason said, we're continuing the love and respect series. We're just keeping this going because it's very, very good. So we're just taking our time with this book, and we'll be done eventually. It's
you make it seem like it's something that it's kind of painful or something.
No, it's not. I guess I'm just very self-conscious. Like, somebody please write me and tell me that it's okay. Like,
but it might not be okay for some people.
Well, I guess so. I don't know why I'm so self-conscious about this. Like, I'm afraid that people are like, oh, I'm tired of love and respect book.
So you gotta just think of it as in the future. Maybe you say a year down the road, somebody can really appreciate you going through this. You know what I'm saying?
Slow pace.
Right. But as of right now, some of those people that already got it or may not need it as much, they might just, kind of be chilling. But it's okay. Because, we're not going to, this ain't the Love and Respect podcast.
Right.
This is the Loveology podcast. We study in love. You feel led to go deeper into it or circumstances allowing you to go deeper into it. So go into it.
Awesome. Thank you, honey. He's such a good motivational speaker. Good job, honey.
You're welcome, love.
Thank you. So, yes, we are plugging right along. We're having fun and learning a lot about this book, Love and Respect by Dr. Emerson Eggerichs. And and the last few weeks we were talking to the men about how they could spell love to their wives. And if you don't know, anything about this book, definitely press the pause button. I've been starting all the episodes like this. Yeah. Press the pause button and go back to the first episode and just really, go through these episodes because there's a lot of good information in there and you won't quite understand what we're talking about if you start today here.
For sure.
So, yes, the last few weeks we were talking directly to men about how they could spell love to their wife, some of the things that are very important. And last week we started with speaking directly to the women, learning how to speak respect to their husband.
Yes.
And the author has come up with 2 acronyms for the women. It was couple, remember that. And for the men, it is chairs.
Yes.
So, no, sorry, the opposite. So for the women, you need to remember this acronym called chairs, right?
Yeah.
But
it's for the women to,
yes,
know how to spell respect for the men.
Exactly.
Right. And speaking of that, we talked in depth about those things on Wednesday. We have a live discussion, and it's on Facebook. We're on streaming live on YouTube, and I want to say Facebook and YouTube for sure. But we had some people, come in. That's what we do. We have a live discussion, and we have a good time. And we actually had one of our loveologists from Florida, Lily, won a shirt from King Jean because of she answered correctly.
Awesome.
So if you get a chance, go to YouTube and check out, or go to our Facebook page and check out that last episode. But you too can win a free anything, a free item. We do these things every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you check us out on Wednesdays, man. We have a lot of fun, and we would love to hear your input. Again, we don't know everything there is about love, but this is a community, and we're studying this love, and I'm pretty sure some stuff that you already came across that the community can benefit from. So please come and join us and share your knowledge.
Absolutely. Exciting. What?
No, jump right in.
Okay, so the CHAIRS acronym stands for conquest, hierarchy, authority, insight, relationship, and sexuality. So we are going to, over the next couple of weeks, go deeper into each one of these, starting with the C, which is conquest, which doesn't sound very, nice. Like a woman may think that a man wants to conquer her.
Well, instead of jumping to those conclusions, how about read the book?
I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying you're doing it, but I'm just saying, we could just, let's just dive right in. Let's not even put those out there.
Okay, well, I'm just, Anyway, so conquest. What do you think this means, Jason?
That's a good one. You brought it back to me.
Yeah.
So I feel like conquest is just really, it's like, because here's the deal. Every family needs a man or a purpose, or it needs somebody to govern, right? Somebody got to be the head. Somebody got to be the protector.
Yeah.
Somebody got to not necessarily lay down the law, but God lays down the law. But somebody has to make sure that everything is covered. You know what I mean? So it's like, conquest is like when you plant that flag, you know what I'm saying? It's like, You know what I'm saying? Kingdom.
No, I don't know what you're saying.
It's like kingdom. It's just a representation of, I feel like, of Christ that's governed over your household and your family.
Okay. Well, specifically, this man is talking about, the author is talking about your desire to achieve and to work.
Mm-hmm.
So similar to what you said, but not really.
Let's hear his part. You know what I'm saying?
Well, by conquest, I mean, this is a quote from the book, the natural, inborn desire of the man to go out and conquer the challenges of his world, to work and achieve. As a wife, if you start to understand...
And what God put me in here to do?
Work.
To work.
That's right. Okay. As a wife, if you can start to understand how important your husband's work is to him, you will take a giant step toward communicating respect and honor, two things that he values even more than your love. And so if you're confused about that last part, go check out the first episode, okay? That a husband values respect more than love is very difficult for many women to grasp. So like I said, that is something that we talked about in depth in the very first episode of this series. Okay. Mm-hmm. But basically, conquest is about your need to work. And funny that you could say that you asked, what did God put me in here to do? He speaks about this too. Here's a scripture. So then the Lord God took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to cultivate it and keep it. Genesis 2:15. So the author says, before Eve was created, God made Adam and God made him to work.
Mm-hmm. So before Eve was created, man was created to do what?
To work, to cultivate the land.
So
and
that's
to keep it.
That's the first. That's his first commandment of God is to work before even to love your wife.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because she wasn't there yet.
Right.
So yeah.
So even when she's there, his main concern is to work. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And we work to provide that's just what we're naturally here to do. Mm-hmm. And that's part of our love to you guys.
Right.
Is through our work.
Yeah. And taking care of us and feeling like you're, providing for us.
Right.
So later on, he was talking about in 1 Corinthians 11:9, Paul says that, for indeed man was not created for woman's sake, but woman for the man's sake. Because, this is so funny because it's like, I don't know. A lot of times, like, it seems like men, y'all really need a wife, For sure. But women, we can seem to like go on for a long time without having a husband. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Until that spider come through.
A spider?
Yeah.
I killed a spider yesterday. What is he talking about?
Who said you? Why are you automatically saying you?
That's what we need you for, as a spider?
I mean, I'm not necessarily saying you need us for it, but you would definitely like somebody around when those things go bump in the night. Security.
Yeah.
I talked about security a lot.
Yeah.
You hear it, I'm just saying, you hear what look.
I'm supposed to not be rolling my eyes.
Yeah,
this
you're
is
not supposed
such
to.
A bad
daughter
habit.
rolling her eyes. Isaiah rolling his eyes.
I've been trying to stop rolling my eyes, but Jason just...
I be speaking facts, and she ain't used to somebody speaking facts and getting one up in her. And I'm not trying to one up you, but I'm just saying I bring valuable things to the table that you be caught off guard. Like, I ain't thought about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So anyways, if it's a bump in the night, we sleep, guess what she gonna do? She not gonna roll her butt downstairs and see what's going on.
I might.
Jason, wake up, did you hear that? No, I'm still asleep. No, I ain't hear it. So, we therefore, we got some good reasons to be here.
So, do you agree with this statement? Right or wrong, most men identify themselves by their work.
Most men identify themselves by their work. Probably so, man.
Yeah?
Probably so. Right or wrong? Probably so. If I, just off the top, this is, recording this live. So, if I have some more time to think of it, but off the top, maybe so. I can agree with that. My first instinct is to agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so again, the author is saying your husband is called to be a hunter, a worker, a doer. He wants to make his conquest in the field of life. The academic term for this is the instrumentality of the male, which I wanted to look that up, but I didn't. From childhood, there is something in a male that makes him like adventure and conquest. He wants to go into the field to hunt or to work in some way. So just read that, work is basically very important, okay? And, this actually could be something that is very important right now because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And men could be losing their jobs. This is a very sensitive time right now for your husband. So, understanding how to like address this and how deeply this may be affecting him, may or may not be affecting him because he doesn't have the ability to work and he feels, really horrible about himself.
Right.
What was that? That was like a Tummy episode prank call that we watched that you made me listen to.
Yeah.
It was like
Nephew Tummy.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey morning show. Yeah.
Yeah. The husband prank called his wife and had Tummy prank call his wife, and the husband was out of work. But the wife was like, said she was waking up at 4:30 in the morning, making sure everything was right. And she didn't use the word respect, but she was trying to be as respectful as possible because she knew that men take it really difficult when they do not have a job,
Right.
And Nephew Tommy was pretending like he was another man that was cheating with
his wife. His wife was cheating with this said husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing, but
yeah, sorry, I don't. But anyway, I just thought that was so sweet that she got really upset and then she started talking about how he didn't have a job, and so this is what was very funny about it. But you can tell that she understood that men have a hard time with this, and she was trying her best, to move through this time in their life without being negative or hurting him in any sort of way. She's doing everything in her power to, make sure that he still feels, good.
Right.
So I just thought, I was like, oh, she's a sweet wife and he wrong for prank calling her like that, you know? But anyway, so maybe we can play a clip somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
Eventually, Jason's like, okay.
I'll leave it up so you can listen to it.
Yeah. So again, this could be something that's happening right now. More than likely it is. It's very important to be sensitive and be careful the way that you talk to your husband during this time.
Yeah.
And be supportive and encouraging. You can do this, but understand that this is a very deep thing probably for him. It's a very difficult thing.
Right. But at the same time, fellas, you lose your job. There's other ways to make money in this world, especially in the United States. It's a lot of different ways to get your hustle on. These different internet opportunities. You can just YouTube, 10 best hustles during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? There's ways to make money. Again, there's a will, there's a way. So you just gotta, at the same time, you gotta do what you gotta do to get things done. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it ain't no point of sitting in the room all stinking and you ain't took a shower in 3-4 days because you depressed. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna get the bills paid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we gotta do something to get things moving, get things flowing again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he goes into this whole idea of of course, this doesn't mean that all men have to go out and work, and that, we live in a modern time now and both men and women are working. So sometimes problems can arise when you have children and you have small infants, and basically this author is saying that, a woman being at home with the children when they're very small is just he prefers it, basically. That a woman's value is just so high when it comes to that sort of thing. Not saying that the father can't do it,
right?
But he's just no. It's just a woman is just incomparable. It's just nothing better.
Yeah, you built for that.
Oh goodness.
That's what you was made for. I'm sorry. Like you're so you're in comparison, most women are more compassionate, more loving, more caring than me, and more nurturing, and that's what babies need, right? Like I can't feed my son from my body,
right?
But you can,
right?
And if you supposed, if the kid's supposed to eat 3-4 times a day, then wouldn't it be more efficient that you be there to understand we got pumps and all this and that, right? I get it, right? And but some people can't pump that milk out like that. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, it just, before all this technology, it was just easier, it was more efficient for the baby to stick around the mom. That's just natural to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he gave us all these good old muscles. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, they on safe. The guns on safe. You know, he gave us muscles to put them to work. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not trying to be sexist. I'm just looking at the natural laws of it all. That's all.
Okay. Well, some people may have something to say, but
to each his own.
But so basically, yeah, the author says a father with an infant does not compare to a mother with an infant. So yes, he just thinks that. Yeah.
Well, what do you feel about that?
Yeah, for myself personally, of course, I've been in both situations of having to actually leave the baby with you and go back to work. But we only had to do that for a month. I was in the Navy and I was transitioning out of the Navy. So my maternity leave was only 6 weeks. And then I had to go back to work because there was a lot of things that I had to take care of to transition out of the Navy. So it was only a month of me working, but I had to do that, leave my very young baby with you so I can go back to work. And then the second time around, I was like, I don't think I can do this. I was going to try because I did it before, you know what I mean? But so he also talks about like most women want that option. I don't think that men ever think about that. Like y'all never think about, oh, I want to be able to stay at home with my baby. But most women, we kind of want a choice. We want to be able to make a choice between the career and the and work.
Yeah.
And I think that some men, especially like in this society of like, now we feel like both parents should work and women should work, and something is wrong with you if you don't work because we're able to, right? Or that, some people call us stay-at-home moms lazy. I'm sure there are some lazy ones out there, but, it's not, it's also very hard-working ones
it's a lot of work.
Doing a lot of work, So
even for the lazy mama, it's still
it's still a hard work. Yeah, even if she is being a little lazy, she's still doing a lot of work. I guarantee you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. At the end of the day, sometimes more than what you're doing on your job.
Exactly.
So miss me with that.
Right. So but some people like now it's kind of like we programmed to think that both parents have to work. It's like, no, maybe we can make some financial sacrifices so both of us don't have to work.
Right.
So I think it's important that if you're a man and you do have a wife that kind of feels this way about wanting to stay at home, that's probably like a natural way to do it, something natural that she's feeling. But, what could happen is that a woman can be disrespectful about the way that she's approaching her husband. Like, what if he is unable to support, the whole family without you working? And sometimes women can be a little disrespectful when it comes to that, right? So, it's just a way to address your concerns and a way to let people know what it is that you want. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, for me, like, yeah, I mean, if I had to do it all over again, I'm so happy that I stayed at home with the second baby. And I'll read this from you. Read this one thing that he says that you should say to your husband if he's working a lot. Honey, thank you for getting up, going out there and working. Tell him that you are grateful that he has given you the opportunity to choose to go out and work or to be home with the children. And you just want to thank him for that. I just want to thank you for that, honey. Because he did. We were able to do this. I told him this was not his choice. This was my choice. I was like, or it was our choice. But I initially came up with it because I was just very overwhelmed. And I just could not see going back to work with a how old was Jordan at the time? A 3-year-old, and then having a new baby, and then like driving in LA traffic, an hour to work and an hour back, and like and breastfeeding the new baby. Like I wanted to be able to breastfeed the baby
and then pay for the childcare.
There was just a lot. Like I was like
insane. Sometimes somebody got to say it. It's insane because you don't want to just follow anything, any tradition, any old habit that the society has put in front of you, because it'll run you right in the dirt. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, pay attention to what's going on inside you. Yeah. Because you know you know what I'm saying? And even if you don't know you still know you. You just got to kind of pay attention to the signs that you are telling yourself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Because I'm sure a lot of people was confused about me leaving my job. But I was like, I can't do it. So, yes. So, a man wants a woman that believes in him. Okay. So his career is very important. Listening to him talk about his job is very important. Don't just dismiss. Like when Jason gets a certificate in the mail, I'm excited. Jason got best person quarter of the best salesperson of the quarter.
I was one of the top salesperson of the year, actually.
Yes. Okay. Excuse me. I said the quarter.
Get it straight.
The salesperson of the year,
But I pretty much did it in 3 quarters, though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like a LeBron or something, you know what I'm saying? They only play for 3 quarters putting up numbers, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, last quarter I took off.
That's a good comparison. Like, I'm sure NBA and NFL players, their wives need to be there for sure. Like, not at every game, but I know that they love to see their wife out there supporting them in the field. So it's the same way, with Jason. Your certificate is sitting on top of a shelf in the in the walkway so people can see it, because I am proud of it. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of it. And, it's awesome, So even something as small as like, just making sure, I know that women, we can get busy taking care of the kids and cleaning the house. And we've got other episodes about, how the man can step in to help balance all of that stuff too, so we can be like these giddy little cheerleaders. Like basically, I'm sure a lot of women would like to be more supportive of their husband's career, but they bog down with a lot of stuff and they're not even thinking about the fact that you just came home and told me, oh, honey, they made me, person of the year, salesperson of the year. I was like, that's good, honey. Okay, can we clean up now?
Right.
Like, we actually need to celebrate that or something, or
right.
Or just when you're having a bad day, Jason need to vent about some things that's going on at work. I need to be ready to hear and offer some advice if I can. Right. Or just be a person that he can talk to and vent about these things.
Shoulder I can lean on.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm sure a lot of women don't mean to if they're dismissing their husband about their job. I'm sure they don't mean to. It's just they have a lot going on. Right. So the other thing is just like to work on the balancing the workload for women, and we can be better wives that way. Mm-hmm. I think if we're not just bogged down with all the cleaning.
For sure.
Yeah. So what if your husband is a workaholic though?
Well, I guess it just depends on what do you define a workaholic.
When you start to neglect your family because you're working all the time.
And it just depends on, because sometimes it just depends, man. Because sometimes you're trying to keep up with a standard that you can't really keep up with, that was possibly even led by your wife. You know what I'm saying?
That's
or
true.
Your significant other. You know what I'm saying? And so now you create this man to become a workaholic. You know what I'm saying?
Because he's trying to buy you a whole bunch of stuff.
Right. Trying to drive the nicest cars or live in the nicest houses and different purses and all these other material things. Just need to focus on your 5 needs, basic needs: food, water, clothing, shelter. And that's 3, 4. Where's the other one?
I don't know.
Food. Keep going. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, so that's a good point because if men feel like they want to provide and make their wife happy, but she's like spending all the money all the time, and he just never can see, like, he wants to, she wants to be treated like a princess, and just, I don't know, just spending a lot of money, then yeah, he may feel like he needs to work a lot because he wants to get you all of this stuff, right? But yeah, so well,
no, because I'm looking up some other stuff. I'm like, man, I looked up 5 basic needs, but I'm seeing air, clean air. Air, I ain't never heard air part.
Breathing.
Of it. Yeah, clean air, clean water, nutrients, which is food, shelter, and sleep. When did they add this? They changed. Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
I mean, it makes sense, but I don't remember that being what I used to hear back in the day.
Oh yeah, I agree.
The basic needs, like they added to it.
Mm-hmm.
They done added some stuff, but I hear that's what they do all the time. They add stuff to stuff that's common knowledge. Now it get changed, and you be like, what? They call that the what they call it? Some effect. The
butterfly effect.
The Nelson Mandela effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Mandela effect. You ever heard it?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, look that up.
All right, I will. Okay. So if your husband is a workaholic because he's just a workaholic and he loves to work, because sometimes some men do love their work like more than anything else. So that's when it becomes a problem.
The problem is when you attach your work to something that's not important. So you attach your work to your status. You attach your work, your love of work towards me being, I got more money than my friends. But when you attach your work to your family, I think that's where it's beneficial.
I mean, okay, I'll take Michael B. Jordan, for example. I read an interview or heard an interview where he said that he was not going to get married before he turned 30 because he wanted to achieve some things, and he I think this was a long time ago when I listened to this, because he wanted to achieve some things, and I think he wanted to do a lot for his family, like his mother, father, or something, like do a lot for them. But there's like a mission, a goal that he has.
Right.
He doesn't have a family right now.
Right.
So, basically he just like, well, I don't even want to get married because I know that I would probably neglect my family.
Right.
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 So what you're saying is like, I don't think that he's doing it so he can have like more money than the other person. It is about his family, but not about the family that he's created. No,
it's because just like going back to the seed thing, the seed, it's not, the future is not ahead of the seed. The future is in the seed. So that seed will turn into a tree, thus will turn into a forest, right? So same thing with him. He's protecting his family because his family is in him, right? He's let me go ahead and get my mom and dad situated. Let me go ahead and get myself situated, right, first. And then once I'm ready to, he gave himself by 30, right? Maybe that was the Spirit of the Lord that told him, gave him that number. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. By the time he gets to 30, mom and dad, he got to take away his time to focus on them because he already got them straight. He don't have to bump his head too many times on himself because he already took the time to get himself straight. So at the end of the day, it's still for the smooth transition for his family.
I guess. I mean, we would have to talk to him. We talking about him. We don't know him, but like we would have to talk to him because
he the one that said they want to get married. Well, he not gonna get married to 30.
No, he said like he's gonna give himself at least until 30. Now he's older than 30. Okay, but he's still out here working. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but it takes time to find that person.
It does.
It don't happen just overnight.
Of course.
How long have you been searching?
How long have I been searching to find you?
To find a mate. You, from my understanding, you would have minded being a wife a long time ago.
No, I wouldn't have minded getting married. No, actually, Actually, I did mine. I had something that I wanted to achieve,
Right.
which was get my undergraduate degree before
Okay.
I got married.
Okay.
And so anytime
that was
after that,
2008.
yeah.
And so we got married in 2012. Mm-hmm. So boom.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's after 30.
Yeah.
It still took you time to get there.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? I don't know him, but I'm just saying that, like, so I think that sometimes people can, like, men, you know, and I think y'all have like this luxury of waiting a little bit longer if you want to,
Right.
Then women, we feel because of
We have
biologically,
subconsciously we don't have a biological clock, so we don't.
yeah,
We can frolic in the world. We can do that.
yeah. So I'm just saying that, like, I've seen men that, you know, they just love their work, and it's because they're passionate about their work as well. Like, I mean, maybe I shouldn't say people's names, but it's another man that, like, from the outside looking in, it just seems like he just very passionate about the work that he does, and he does great work for people and helping people, right? So it's like we're that is his love. That's his love. And actually, a woman actually couldn't take that the place of that. Actually,
she would have to be involved in his work.
Yeah,
heavily.
Yeah, and she has to be like okay with him, giving him, like, with him working a lot, because that is his love.
But y'all will be working together, so y'all will be, you know, doing these things together.
But see where this becomes a problem. I'm not saying that all women. I think some women can do that. Some women can say, I know that your work, what you're passionate about it, and what you do is like your first love. But most women, we want to feel like your first love. We are your first love, not work.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for some men, their first love is work.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I don't know. So anyway.
But we're doing it for you too, though. So, you know.
Not necessarily. That's what I'm saying.
Always,
not like.
I feel you, but you know.
You're not necessarily doing it for your wife. You're doing it for the love of what you are doing.
Yeah.
For the work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I got him, y'all. Oh, you rolled your eyes. I'm rubbing off on you too.
Apparently so.
Okay. Anyway, that was long.
She didn't get me, by the way.
I didn't?
No.
I thought I did. Okay. So, yes. Let's see. So, if your husband is a workaholic, though, and you're married, like, look, if I say to those sort of men, don't get married if you are just going to neglect your family.
So you talking about the guy that was in the documentary? You want to talk about? You want to bring his name up?
Yeah. Oh, Brian Stevenson.
Yeah,
him. Yeah.
No, he definitely loves his work.
Yes, I don't know. Like, I don't know. So I hate to like talk about real people like celebrities because I don't know them. But sometimes it's just like a perfect example or whatever. Right. But yes, from the outside looking in, it seems like he really does love his work, and it's such a great work, but sometimes I'm wondering. I think
that's his purpose. His purpose. He's just driven by his purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but it's still kind of like, I was like, oh, does he not like want to get married? But maybe he just, I don't know.
Maybe he's really private.
Yeah, maybe he could be married. We don't know.
Exactly.
But yeah. So yeah, that's all you wanted to say about that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but okay. Oh, I was saying that, like, maybe when you make a decision to get married, though, there are some responsibilities that come along with that, right?
Mm-hmm. And
you decide to have a family. Some men may want to get married but not have children. Okay, we just need to know this, right?
Right.
Because that becomes, you definitely need to take time away from work in order to do this stuff, right?
Right.
So he gives a little bit of advice to women who may be dealing with a workaholic husband. It's in the back though, but well, he just says see appendix if you're dealing with this, right? And of course, he can't say for sure this would work, but he still believes that you should still honor the fact that he's working, why he's probably working. Basically, disrespect never motivates love, and lack of love never motivates disrespect. So again, it's about how you say it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives this example of saying, you know, he still deserves unconditional respect. And you shouldn't say to him something like, I'm not going to respect you until you start helping me with the children. He does have things that you can respect about him. Maybe he could do a little bit more with the children, but you can't just say, oh, I'm not going to respect you, right? I mean, you can, but it's not going to go very well.
Right.
You know? So the first thing, I actually skipped something. He said the first thing he said is that some husbands work because it is a place where they feel respected.
Didn't think about that. That is true.
Yeah.
And even it to the point where it's like sometimes it don't even matter the level that you're on. Mm-hmm. The fact that you are doing this job and you're doing this job really well, like you don't have to be a manager to be respected. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like you could be like I said, a good worker at a position, and you may feel on the outside looking in that you may be on the bottom of the totem pole, but they're not gonna bother you because you doing your job. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like you respected in that position, period. And other people come to you. So yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah, man, I didn't think about that, but yeah, I can definitely see that.
So he says, if a wife is negative, complaining, and disrespectful, what man wants to come home? He's just so blunt.
I mean, that's what it is.
So a man does not hear but what we've been talking about in this series is that sometimes when a wife is complaining about this, she has a deeper desire in her heart. This is a cry. She's crying out, but she's not doing it the proper way. He said a man does not hear the deeper cry for his wife's heart when she makes a personal attack on him and his work. He does not hear, rescue me. Instead, he hears, I despise you. So he asks for or chooses overtime at work. Like, well, I'm just gonna stay at work because I feel like a man here. You know what I mean? Because you know, I'm not. You're not doing it.
Right.
So I mean, hey, ladies, that could be something that's happening. You know what I mean?
Your man working late. You might need to start breaking the crazy cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking some respect in his life.
Right.
Put some respect on my name.
So yes, he says, have confidence in God's words. Quietness shouts to a husband. A gentle spirit will bring out the gentleman in him. Respectful encouragement to your husband about his unique value to the family will have influence over him. I believe this is true. I think I do that naturally. So? I'm an encourager, so I don't believe in talking down. So and I think that I've definitely influenced you. I'm gentle and patient.
For sure.
And just always encourage you to let you know I believe that you can do this, but this is, you know,
not just believe, like you knew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, I don't know, I think that's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Believing in something is one thing, but when you actually know it's gonna happen, it's like you can sense that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's levels to it. And you without a question of doubt knew that I was gonna be, you know, successful.
So here's something that I thought was very important because this is very true. Men will begin to make improvements over a season of time. Stay with the positive and short message, and eventually he would turn his ship around. And he said, as hard as this...
A whole ship? Dang, no, I'm just going slow.
Say, just remember, ships are not rowboats. Allow for the time and the Holy Spirit to work. As hard as this is to hear, you will need to see this being a 12-month project at the very least. And this is talking specifically about if your husband is working too much and you want to see him spending more time with the kids. And like I said, there could be a lot of factors that's going on. Like Jason said, about bills and what's the lifestyle like and all of this other stuff. Like there could be, he's tired, he's stressed. There's a lot of things that could be happening.
Right.
So we need to evaluate those things too, you know, but if he's just like a straight workaholic and it really don't have a reason to be a workaholic besides
and you're just blowing your money all the time. You know what I'm saying? You do all that work and all that time putting into this work, and then you just blow it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to be, I'm not judgmental or anything, but you know, if it takes you a week or 2 weeks to get it, and then you spend it all in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the time ain't you're not using your time wisely, which is more valuable than the money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So also like ladies, you gotta, like I said earlier, you gotta see what's going on in your lifestyle. What's some things that you can kind of bring down a little bit, so he don't have to be working those many hours to try to impress you, because we always trying to impress the ladies. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? My ladies is just you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes. Yeah, it better be. Ladies. It's one lady.
Well, I got ladies. I got you. I got my wife. I mean, my daughter. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I'm just joking with you.
Oh, okay.
So, again, it takes time. Let him get his, his, what is it, bearing?
Yeah.
Be patient and make the following your motto. If I can't say anything respectful, I won't say anything at all. That was the last thing that the man said, the author.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So going back to conquest, here are some things that you can do to help your husband feel appreciated with his desire to work and achieve. You can tell him verbally or in writing that you value his work efforts. I wrote a note to Jason, and you still have it on your computer.
Sure do.
So this is true. This is very true, ladies. I took a little sticky note and put it inside of Jason's work laptop.
Like 3 years ago.
Yeah. And just like said, I love and respect you. Thank you for all that you do, or something like that, And I just taped it on his laptop and the inside. And it was funny because it took you a long time to you weren't using your laptop. You was using your...
No. I was using my laptop, but I always kept it closed. I would just hook it up to my docking station.
Uh-huh.
So I would rarely open it. Mm-hmm. And so a particular situation, I guess we had a meeting or something, and I opened it, and boom, there's the note, and I was like, oh, that's dope. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
And he has kept it there. It's so dirty and rusty looking.
Don't matter. The words still read the same.
Yeah, and I was like, when is he gonna open it? He hasn't mentioned it. I've gave him this note and he hasn't said anything. And so again, that's why it's important to be patient, because I could have got upset. Like, I could have assumed that he saw the note. I'm like, I put it in the inside of his laptop. How could he not see the little sticky note, right?
Yeah.
So I could have went off and did that and ruined the surprise by
ruined the whole situation. And instead of bringing me great joy every time I read it, it brings me great sorrow and confusion, because it's like, dang, this woman can't get it together. She always nagging about every and anything. Dang.
So luckily I didn't know. I said, okay. I didn't know exactly what was happening, why he hadn't opened his laptop. I was just like, oh, Jason, I don't know.
Is
I was
he
asking,
going to work? What is he doing?
And then eventually one day he was like, babe, I just got your note. And then I asked him, what took you so long to see it? And then he explained it to me and said, oh, that makes sense, But I could have, like I said, the first day, I think it took you 3 days to see it, honestly.
Probably.
It was 3 days. And the first day, if I was I was expecting him to say something about the note, but I could have been really hurt that you didn't say, you didn't care about my note.
Right.
But I was like, no, that's not, he would say something about it. So clearly he just hasn't seen it yet. I don't know what's happening, but he hasn't seen it. Right. So yes, this is something that you can do very easily. Stick a note in his bag or something like that.
Stick it in the car.
Do something.
On the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Anything.
Give it to him as he head out to work or something. I don't know.
Read this when you get to work, baby.
Yeah.
I respect you. Boom. Jesus.
List what you respect. I think that's good too. I didn't say that. I just said for all that you do. So.
No, I'm saying you can write the note, whatever the note is. You make up your own note. But I'm saying you give it to him. Say, hey, read this when you get to work. Stick it in the shirt pocket or something. Give him a kiss. Say, I respect you, baby. You know what I'm saying? I respect you, everything you do. Man, we're giving you some power words right there, man. Jesus. You're trying to flip some stuff around. That's how you do it.
Okay, so here's some other things. You express your faith in him related to his chosen field. Very important. You listen to his work stories as closely as you expect him to listen to your accounts of what happens in the family, or your work stories if you're working. Everybody want to be listened to. This is simple. You know what I mean? But this is really important to me in regards to their work. Right. Mm-hmm. You see yourself as his helpmate and counterpart, and help with him about this whenever possible. You allow him to dream as you did when you were courting. You don't dishonor or criticize his work in the field to get him to show more love in the family. Don't criticize the work. Just tell him, I appreciate you for working, but this is what I need you to do in the family. This is and what we need to do to make that work. Like I said, when I was in the Navy, I always say like I said, but I didn't say it earlier. That's funny. Anyway. When I was in the Navy, they would say, do not come with a problem unless you got a solution. You know, like let's like think about it. You know, just don't throw the problem on me and say you fix it.
And it don't necessarily have to be the solution.
Yes.
It can be a solution start the conversation to get to the end result.
Yeah, because it could be something that you can do to help your husband, you know, not work as much and spend time with the kids. Right. It could be something that you can do to help out with this. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, that's just one letter. We can try to go through hierarchy pretty fast if you would like, Jason.
No, we have to wrap this up and come back next week.
Well, I didn't expect us to spend. Look, we spending too much time on what the fellas need. Jason accused me of.
You clearly just tried to run through it.
No, we spent a lot of time on this one letter.
Apparently, it needs to be spent some time spent on it.
With the ladies, I did 3 letters and with 1 episode.
Hey, maybe y'all got it already. Or we got it already. I don't know.
All right, well, I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as we are.
Yes. Make sure you go check out the book. Check out everything. Top charts. We were in Norway. Shout out to Norway. Appreciate y'all for listening to the Loveology Podcast. Thank you. And all the other countries. Babe, what else you got? What else you got for these beautiful people out here in this world?
I hope that everyone is staying safe as numbers continue to rise.
Yes. Pandemic numbers are going up. Europe is getting ready to lock down yet again, possibly for a month-long lockdown. And most likely the United States is going to be following that. Yep. Especially since a lot of us had Halloween parties.
I mean, they was kicking it. Y'all let us know. Like, me and Jason are not big Halloween people, and this kind of like happened over the past 10 years or something where everybody is like really decorating and everybody's dressing up, and I just don't remember it being this big of a deal when I was a kid and when I was a young adult. But maybe my memory is just a little foggy. But yeah. I'm happy. Our neighbors was really enjoying themselves last night. They had a good time.
Yeah, it felt like a spot, like a little theme park. You know, Universal Studios. They got these zombies shaking the fence and stuff. Like, what's going on? But yeah, definitely want to give a shout out to Norway. But also want to give a shout out to Puerto Rico. They came in right behind the United States. So shout out to Puerto Rico for listening. I had a chance to visit out in San Juan, Puerto Rico. So yeah, man, shout out to all our brothers and sisters out there. Baby girl. Let me see. I want to give a shout out to some of the top states. What was you about to say?
Nothing.
You were saying that this is kind of new to you, the Halloween and stuff like that?
Yeah, I was just commenting about that. We didn't do anything with our kids. We did. And I don't think she noticed not one bit. Of course, Isaiah, he's only not even 2, so he didn't notice. But our baby girl, she's 5, almost 6 in February. So yes, I don't think they noticed. But we'll play dress up sometime.
Yeah, it is what it is. So shout out to our top states. Ohio came in at number 1. Appreciate you, Ohio out there in Ohio holding it down. And Washington State came in number 2, and sunny California came in at number 3. So still moving and grooving.
All right, and who was the first?
Ohio.
This is so interesting. Hello, Ohio.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah. It really is.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. That's it, man. Make sure you go get your Loveology Podcast gear. Go to LoveologyPodcast.com. Go scroll to the bottom and get you some gear, man. Get you a hat, get you a hoodie, get you a little beanie cap. You know what I'm saying? We got the premium mask in. Very breathable. I had them in today. If you got a bigger face, make sure you get the largest. But yeah, it's very breathable material. I think it's pretty awesome. I think I can wear them all day long. No problem. No sweating. You know, I had some shades shades on. It didn't even fog up my glasses or nothing. So go check out our premium masks. They're pretty awesome. Yeah. So
check it out.
If you want to become a Patreon, shout out to all our Patreons. Matter of fact, shout out to our VIP Patreon. That's Glamoury. Go check out glamoury.com. They're our VIP. If you want to become a Patreon and support us financially on a monthly basis, it can be as small as $2 a month. We really appreciate you. Go to LoveologyPodcast.com. Scroll right under that media player. There's a button that says Patreon. Click that button, pick a tier, and join us. Or you can go to patreon.com and type in Loveology. Either or, we definitely appreciate it. And don't forget to share the Loveology Podcast. Share.
Share the love.
Tell other people, text them, inbox them, whatever you can do, all that. So, again, we're going to let y'all go because it's another day. I know y'all ready to get y'all day started or get on with your day or maybe going to sleep. But either way it goes, we appreciate you for listening, and we're going to catch y'all next time. Peace out.
Bye.
Dun, 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 dun.